Flosstube, it's Carolyn Zook with C6 Stitch here. Today is Saturday, February 9th, 2019. We have snow in Portland, Oregon. I'm so excited. By my house, I'm looking out the window. There's a window right behind you. I probably got maybe half an inch or an inch. Not that much, but it's beautiful and I love it and I'm so excited. We're supposed to get more throughout today and kind of on and off throughout this coming week. So I'm very excited. There's a really fun energy in the city when it snows here because we don't get snow very often. So I'm very excited about that. I hope you're all doing well. We've had a lot of new subscribers since last time I uploaded. So welcome to everybody. Welcome back if you're returning. I appreciate all of you and all your wonderful comments so much. And I'm excited that you're here. I have a couple shout outs. I haven't done this before, but I have a couple shout outs to give today. So first is Robin at Thimble and Twine Stitches, and I'll link her below. She's also a relatively new YouTuber, or Flosstuber. I think she has maybe 4 videos out or so, and she is just really sweet, really wonderful, does beautiful work. She shows a lot of kind of heirloom projects that she's acquired from family members. So check her out below, Robin. She's really sweet. Last week, the Sunshine Stitchers shouted me out, which was really wonderful to hear. And so I thank you guys so much. I love watching them. I watch them. They usually upload Saturday nights, and I save their videos. They're my Sunday morning routine with my cup of coffee. And there's 3 of them. There's EJ, Gary, and Shelia, and I laugh so hard when I watch their videos. And when I'm done watching their videos, you know, my cheeks hurt from laughing and smiling so much. So check them out if you haven't already. And then I also want to give a shout out to Daylene at So Grateful. It's SEW Grateful. Daylene's also a relatively new YouTuber, and her videos are wonderful. She does quilting, cross-stitching. She has incredible stories just from her life that she'll share with us, and she's so warm and inviting, and you really feel like you're sitting there with a good friend visiting in her craft room or in her living room. So check those out. I'll link them all below for you. And speaking of craft rooms, I kind of tried to give a little bit, I tried to expand the view a little bit because I've had some comments about the room that I'm in, that I film in. I do have a craft room. I'm very, very lucky. This is a dream come true for me. Actually, I was FaceTiming my brother a couple years ago in this room, and he said, "What is that behind you?" And I said, "Oh, let me show you." And I showed it to him, and he said, "Do you realize this is your childhood dream come true?" And it was just a really good reminder to me that I think we take it for granted sometimes, but I'm really, truly, truly blessed to have this craft room. When I bought this house, there's no closet, so it's considered a bonus room. It's really tiny. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it would not work as a bedroom. It's really tiny. There's no closet. It's kind of oddly shaped. So it's kind of perfect for a craft room. And so I tried to expand the view a little bit so you can kind of, other shoulder. It's backwards on the screen. You can kind of see, whoa, okay, I'll get this. I have all IKEA shelves. They're the Kallax, Kallax. And I basically just filled the room. As many as could fit in here, I put in here. And I built up. I have really tall ceilings in this house. So because this is such a small room, I built up and I actually stacked calyxes on top of each other. And my father, who's very handy, drilled them together with screws so that they wouldn't topple off on top of me. I will do a tour of the craft room eventually, probably later this spring. It's really good to get my rear in gear. Did I really just say that? I did, didn't I? To get moving, to get it cleaned up and organized. There's a bunch of stuff down here that you can't see. I'm trying to sell some stuff. I used to do rubber stamping and paper crafts. I don't do that anymore. I did it for a few years. So I'm trying to sell all that stuff that I don't use anymore, sell it on eBay, just to clear it out. And it's just kind of a slow, long process. So I'm trying to do that. I'm looking over here because there's a lot of stuff. So I'm trying to clear out the stuff I don't use anymore to make room for cross-stitching stuff. But I just wanted to give you a little extra expanded view of what's going on behind me. This is my craft room. I'm very, very lucky. I love organizing, so it's fun for me. It's partly the hobby is organizing as well, and I have a label maker, and I just have fun with it. So this is an expanded view of my craft room, and I will do a tour, let's say later this spring. All right, so today, whip update. I am working on, as I've stated before, I'm a monogamous stitcher more or less, so I'm really only working on one project at a time, even though I probably have 4 whips going on right now, but I don't do a rotation or anything. I just work on one until either it's done or I'm sick of it. So right now, I've been working on Pretty Little Hawaii by Satsuma Street by Jody Rice. So it's this, she has a whole series of pretty little cities or countries. Isn't that beautiful? So, and what I like about it is that she provides a key. So you know what you're actually stitching, and she'll give you the landmark key, which is really nice, because I've been to Hawaii once. I went for the first time this past summer with some friends and fell in love with it, but I don't know, I've only been to Maui, so I don't know all the places. I'm going to put in a picture of where I was last time, 2 weeks ago when you saw it. And then here's where I am now. So I've made quite a lot of progress. Still going. It's a lot of little color changes and whatnot. This here is, I'm using my cheat sheet here, Aloha Tower on Oahu. This building here is Lilani Palace, also on Oahu. This, when I get it done, will be the Hawaii State Capitol on Oahu. This right here is called Diamond Head on Oahu. And this right here is Lau Needle on Maui. This is Road to Hana. It's not done yet, but it's the Road to Hana on Maui, and I did go on that when I was there. And then I have some filling in over here. This, which I don't know why I skipped over it, Royal Hawaiian Hotel on Oahu. This is the windows in there right now. So I'm making progress. I'm going to fill in what I've missed in here and then kind of work my way over. Hoping to get more progress in by the next time I see you. I don't think it'll be done yet. And I also wanted to point out my grime guard. I'm in Garan Toten Bags, which is Gary of the Sunshine Stitchers. He and his husband own Garan Toten Bags, and they do grime guards and they do project bags. And I joined their grime guard club of the month. I never had grime guards before. Like I said in my first video, I only started getting back into cross stitch after like 20 years off in August. So I didn't have all these things, didn't exist when I was doing it before. So grime guards, check them out. I'll link their Facebook page below. It's one of my favorite Facebook groups that I'm in. It's so relaxed. It's so fun and supportive. And their grime guards and their project bags are just beautifully done. Ronnie, I think Ronnie does all the sewing, and it's just beautiful. So this is the February one. So I like it because it's not overtly Valentine's Day, but it's still Valentine's Eve. So that's my progress on Pretty Little Hawaii. And then thank you all who voted. So in my last video, I asked for help in deciding what fabric should I use for Harbor Haven. And I had bought 3 sample choices from 123 Stitch to decide to see what I would like best. So I'll insert a picture now of the 3 choices. And the one I said in the last video, I have one in mind, and I did. And that one won. That one got 25 votes, which was letter C, Haven. That one won kind of by a landslide. Glacier, choice B, had 7 votes, and Ariel, choice A, had 5 votes. Now, here's my predicament. 2 things. So, at first I was really excited because I was like, okay, the one I wanted, that I thought I wanted the most, actually won. So that meant, okay, I'm on the right track here. But there was something nagging at me that said, you know what, this actually isn't quite right. It isn't quite right. I can't put my finger on it. And Shelia from Sunshine Stitchers voted, and she voted for A, which was Ariel. And I said, okay, A got the fewest votes, but if Shelia says A, what do you do, right? It's Shelia. But then a viewer, G Moss, thank you so much for your comment, because you took that feeling, that nagging feeling I had, and you put it into words. G Moss said that the feel of the fabric, the feel of the pattern doesn't match the fabric. So Haven, C, which is what I wanted, G Moss said that, you know, the pattern is a little bit more primitive, and you want your fabric to kind of have the same feel. And that was exactly it. That was exactly what was bothering me. I liked Haven fabric. It was bright. It looked like a sunshiny day. It kind of had that modeling that looked like clouds, but there was just something that was off. Maybe it was too bright for me. And G Moss, you hit it on the head. Exactly. That's what was bugging me. So basically, I don't think I'm using any of the 3 choices after all that. But Jan Hicks of Jan Hicks Creates, I'll link her below, who's another one of my favorite Flosstubers. And she did Harbor Haven. She finished it. She just got it framed recently, and it's gorgeous. She suggested going to Etsy, XJU Designs, and talking with her about, you know, I want to do this project. I want it to look like Jan Hicks, or a similar feel. And so I think I'm going to do it. I haven't reached out yet. I think I'm going to do that. And the XJU Design, she said she's familiar with what I did and the project, and she can maybe hand-dye something. Because I'm not as excited as I am to start on this. I'm not actually in a rush, so I can wait for some hand-dyed fabric. So, after all this, I'm listening to my gut, and I think I'm going to reach out to XJU Designs and see what we can come up with. So thank you for everyone who voted and put your input in, and especially thank you to G Moss for just putting into words why I could feel, what was nagging me about these fabric choices. So we'll go back to the drawing board, we'll get it figured out, and I'll use those pieces for something else. And if you hear meowing in the background, that's my cat, Simon. He's right down here. Let's see if I can pick him up. He doesn't like to be picked up. Let's just give it a try. So, oops, sorry. This is Simon. Look, Simon. He is almost 12. He's a tabby. He's really hating this. Okay, I'll put him down. He's a real peace-loving, kind of hippie boy who just really likes everybody to get along. And he's meowing. I think he wants a drink from the faucet. So I'm going to pause, and I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. Got Simon set up with, I turn on the faucet in the bathroom with a little trickle of water, and he likes to drink out of that. Okay, so Harbor Haven fabric, back to the drawing board. We'll come up with something great, and I'll definitely share it with you. Now, haul. For this time, I have seen this particular pattern floating around a little bit here and there, and I know I needed it, and I finally just purchased it. It is Blue Hawaiian Garden, also by the Bay Needle Art, like Harbor Haven is, and look at that. It's just gorgeous. I love it. So I bought this shipped really quickly. I think she's in Maine. Yeah, York, Maine. She shipped it like that afternoon that I bought it. And so this is going to go, I'm going to do a little Hawaii wall in my bedroom. So this will go on that wall after I finish Pretty Little Hawaii. Depending on where I am with the fabric for Harbor Haven, I will probably start this next. So I got that. And like I mentioned earlier, I'm a member of the Garan Toten Bags Grime Guard of the Month Club. And I'm a member of their Facebook group, which they're always running little giveaways and whatnot. Sometimes you don't always know, or I don't always know that I'm in a giveaway. So I actually won this beautiful project bag. I should have measured it. It's a bit smaller than their normal one, so it's like an accessory bag or perfect for small projects. And look, it's perfect for spring. Just perfect for spring. And it's just beautifully done, beautifully stitched. So Ronnie, you did an excellent, excellent job. I just love it. I won this somehow on their Facebook page just by interacting and commenting and whatnot. They will randomly do giveaways. So go over there and just be active in the Facebook groups. So I won that, which was a huge surprise. And I love it that I have this is my first ever project bag. So my first Grime Guard and my first project bag are both Garan Toten Bags, and I'm so pleased by that. And then, along with that, they sent a free pattern. This is by Hands On Designs. And I'm just going to show this. It's called You Bring Peace to My Heart. They collaborated with Hands On Designs for this pattern as a free giveaway during the month of February. And I really like it because it could be Valentine's Day, but it could also not be Valentine's Day, which I really, really like. So I could see me stitching that as little Christmas gifts for my friends or little ornaments or something. I really like that. So that's part of my haul. So the next part of my haul. So for Pretty Little Hawaii, somehow when I ordered the DMC floss for it, I missed 3 colors. I just didn't order them. I'm not sure why. So I had to go back online to 123 Stitch and order 3 more floss. Well, I'm not going to pay for shipping for just 3 more flosses. So I had to order something else. So I decided I would kit up Winter Robins by Lucy Heaton. And I showed this in my first video as an acquisition that I got in December. Lucy Heaton Winter Robins. I think it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful pattern. So I got the fabric and the floss. So the fabric is a 28 count white Lugana, 13 by 18 inch piece. It's just this. Now, I've never done 28 count before, so I think I can do it if I get proper lighting. And this is the floss. So it's just white because I want the colors to stand out. How am I doing? So yeah, so that will be that. So I got that kitted up. I don't have immediate plans to stitch it. Well, maybe this coming winter. So not immediate plans, but when I do decide to do it, it will be ready to go. Okay, so the last thing I actually want to share with you is talking a little bit about what I've realized, kind of my style for cross-stitching and where I get my inspiration from and patterns that I have my eye on that don't be surprised if we see a purchase in the coming months. So one of my favorite books when I was a child was called Anno's Counting Book, and I actually have it here. So it's called Anno's Counting Book. And what I love about this, and I remember as a kid just pouring through this book and looking at the pictures and always finding something new going on in the pictures and making up stories about the characters in the pictures, and I really, really love that. So my family, we're very big on signing books and dating them and who they're from and all that. So I got this book in December 1980, so I was almost 4 years old. And this book is beautiful. There's no words. It's just a counting book. Sorry, I keep hitting you. So this is 0. So there's nothing. And then it just goes through, you know, this is page 1 or number 1. And you have one skier, you have one house, one snowman. And it goes through the seasons. And I just loved looking at these pictures. So this would be March. It's the 3rd month. It's March. So you can see spring is coming. So it just goes through. And I just remember always finding something new to look at as a kid when I would look at this book and pull it out. And I'm so happy I still have it because I think about this book a lot. And for this video, I pulled it off the shelf because I found that, you know, if I could, look at this. This is month 7, so that's July. Look at this. If I could turn this book, this is August, if I could turn this book into a cross stitch, so each month would be, you'd have January at the top and it would just be a long banner, so it would have all the months on one long banner. If I could take these pictures, and I'm sure copyright and all that, I don't know how that works. I don't even know how to make my own cross stitch patterns from a book like this, but I think it would be absolutely gorgeous to have my favorite book from my childhood turned into these beautiful cross stitch pieces. So this is December. And there's also an ABC book, and they talk about all about numbers and how they came to be. And I wrote my name in there. I don't know why. I was 4. So this is Anno's Counting Book by Mitsumasa Anno. I'll try to link it below. I don't know if you can still buy it. But I would love, so this is kind of my inspiration book of, I like scenes that have kind of a lot going on in them, but they're a scene, so they're not really random designs, and it makes sense. So in that vein, one of the pieces I have my eye on is called Christmas Village by Sarah, and I'll insert a picture of that here. So you can see how it's somewhat similar to this design style where there's a lot of activities. Oh, I just hit you again, sorry. Where there's a lot of activities going on, and every time you look at that piece, you see something new that maybe you didn't see before. So this Anno's Counting Book is really a reminder for me that how much I love this kind of style. The other one that I'm looking at is called Santa's Village by Country Cottage Needleworks, and Ladybird Stitcher is doing it, and she's doing it all in one piece, and it looks gorgeous. So I'll link her below to go check out her channel. I think her last video, she shows it, and it's just, so the Santa's Village is 12 separate designs. You can buy them individually, so you don't have to buy the whole thing if you don't want to. You can make them as simple individual designs, little pillows, or you can collect all 12 and make it as one giant piece. And that's what I would like to do. Because, again, it's that piecing things together, and there's always something going on no matter where you look, and you see something new every time. And then, not so much in the same style or vein, but something that's really been tugging at my heartstrings, I guess, is the Chatelaine, The Evening in the Park. And Teresa Little Stitcher is working on it right now. And it's absolutely gorgeous. I'll link her below too so you can see her work. That feels really advanced to me. But it would be just a treasure to have on my wall if when I do it. Let's say when I do it. Eventually. No, not coming anytime soon. But I just really, really have my eyes on those. So Simon is back. He must be done drinking his water from the faucet. So I have to go clean up after him because he makes a mess when he drinks from the water faucet. But it's okay. He needs all the water he can get. Male cats, especially, if you don't know, they have a propensity for urinary tract disease, which is what Simon has. And it just is basically a blockage in his urinary tract. And so they need as much water as they can get. And he's on a very expensive prescription cat food for life. So he's worth it though. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment below. And I upload every 2 weeks. I think I said it in my first video, but I haven't said it since. So because I'm a somewhat monogamous stitcher, I upload every 2 weeks so we can see actual progress. And I have a little bit more to share. Coming up this week, I'm going to continue working on Pretty Little Hawaii. My folks are visiting from Colorado. They're supposed to arrive on Thursday, which is Valentine's Day. And I'm going to have them take me to Acorns and Threads here in Portland. So I'm very excited. I've never been. I don't have a car. I don't drive. I don't really need to in Portland. They have great public transit systems, so I just don't have a car. Acorns and Threads is a little bit far. I think I could get there on public transit, maybe about an hour, hour and a half. So when my folks come, I'm just going to see if they will take me, and they probably will, depending on the weather. Hopefully their trip won't be delayed. One forecast model said earlier this week said that we could get 14 inches by Tuesday. I don't think that's going to happen. I haven't heard that since. But it is supposed to snow on and off for the next several days throughout the next week. So hopefully I'll get to Acorns and Threads and maybe have a little bit of a haul for you. When my folks are here, I'm taking a few days off work to spend with them. So either I'll get more stitching done than normal or less stitching done than normal because my parents are here. It's hard to tell. But we have that coming up. I'll be working on Pretty Little Hawaii, and I think that's what I have coming up in the next couple weeks. So take care, stay safe. If you're having bad winter weather, just slow down, take it easy, be patient, and I'll see you in 2 weeks. Thanks for watching. Bye.